The third form we are going to be looking at today is known as intercept form. So this is the third form of quadratics. And again, your EQ will be given to you a little later. Intercept form looks even different here. Y equals A times, we haven't used some other letters here, x minus p and x minus q. P's and Q's are the name of the game today. Now, lastly, we had vertex form, which told us the vertex. This is intercept form, which is going to tell us the x-intercepts. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we'll be given the graph in intercept form, and you're going to find your P's and your Q's. Okay, so our P, and this rule follows similar. If it's in parentheses, it's actually opposite as to what you think. So despite saying -1, your P is just 1. Now, what that really is your x-intercept. So you already have the point 1, 0. Okay, so you already have this point 1, 0. Okay, the x-intercept. Q is pretty similar. Q is at the -5 spot. Okay, so Q, despite looking like negative again, is actually 5. So you have 5, 0. Boom. Now the one thing we don't have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is the vertex. Well, the nice thing we know is that the vertex lies somewhere in between these 2 points. Okay, and there's a little formula for it. It is, ready? P plus Q all over 2. P plus Q all over 2. All right, because we are taking our 2 values and splitting them in half essentially. Now this just tells me the x coordinate. So P plus Q all over 2 means, well, we have 1 plus 5 divided by 2, that's 6 over 2, and the x-coordinate is 3. Now, to find the y-coordinate is just like standard form. We need to then substitute x into the function. Okay, so once you have 3, I'm going to substitute it into y equals -2 times 3 minus 1, 3 minus 5. If you do all this carefully, okay, you have -2 times 2 times -2, you get 8 as your y of the vertex. Okay, P plus Q all over 2. That's where all of this has come from. Okay, so we just found our x and y intercepts right off the bat. We found our vertex by substituting. We go over 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. Okay, again, graphing calculator can certainly help you as well, but everything's provided for you within intercept form. Okay, the practice I'll go over in the extras. The other thing I do want to show you today, though, is converting between all of our forms. So the big thing is sometimes we want to put things into standard form to kind of get a nice model. And here is where some of our older skills come into play. Y equals 3 times the quantity x plus 2, x plus 5, x minus 5. Here's where our older stuff comes into play. Standard form, again, is ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, right now, this is in intercept form. Okay, well, doctor asked for something in standard form, okay? So it's really easy. First, you're going to need to remember your foiling skills. Oh no, they're coming back. So you take x times x, which is x squared, outsides, minus 5x, insides, plus 2x, lasts, minus 10. Now, that was just the foiling part. Okay, keep in mind we still have this 3 out front. Well, let's shake and bake our terms inside. X squared minus 3x minus 10. And then we'll distribute our 3 to everything, giving us 3x squared minus 9x minus 30. Okay, now we are in standard form. Okay, so it's not terribly hard, but you do need to remember that now, example 4, we're going from vertex form, H and K, to standard form. Very similar, okay? But you need to really take your time. There are some common mistakes students make. First common mistake is they square the first and they square the second. Dude, you cannot distribute the square, okay? You need to instead remember this is x plus 2 times x plus 2. I have 2 of these. 2 of them. Okay? Everything else stays as is. Play your FOIL game. F-O-I-L. I like to write it out. First, outsides, insides, lasts. Okay, we are going to worry about our -5 and such at the very end. Okay, -5 and the +8. Instead, let us continue to work through here. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay. Distribute the 5 first. Okay, so -5x squared minus 20x minus 20 plus 8. And the very last thing you want to do is add -20 plus 8. That's the very last thing you want to do, and a lot of times students forget that. So from here now, we are in standard form, happy as can be. Okay, your essential question is how do you convert from vertex form to standard form? Okay, there's your EQ for this section. All right, that's all for now. If you want to watch the extras, stick around. So the extra problem, I will just quickly go through this practice. Okay, so we need to identify P and Q. P is -4, so really +4, meaning we have the point 4, 0. Q, here's where Q comes into play. It looks like +2, okay, but really it's going to be -2, okay? So again, if it's in parentheses, you need to think opposite. So there's our 2 points over 4. Now be careful with this scale here. They tried to make it more challenging. and -2. We got to find the vertex. Name of the game for the vertex, P plus Q, all over 2. That means it's 4 plus -2 divided by 2, which is 2 over 2, or 1. And if I want to find the y of the vertex, I need to substitute the x into the function. So y equals 1 minus 4 times 1 plus 2. Well, that is -3 times 3. Y is 9. My vertex then would simply be at 1, -9. Okay, so again, there's the x coordinate. And here is the y coordinate. Okay, plot this guy over 1 down -9. So again, be careful with the scale. It's about there. 2, 4, 6, 8. And connect the best that you can. Okay, good stuff, guys. That's it.